My love for Five Nights at Freddy's will never end! So in this video, I really want to talk about the main man, the guy behind the slaughter, well not exactly, actually, but the main man associated, arguably with the franchise, being Freddy Frostbear. And in fact, I want to talk about all the Freddys. So this will just be like a little video where I rank every Freddy iteration there is, because I felt like it, you know what I mean? And do let me know if you guys feel the same way about the Freddys that I do. But without further ado, let's get started with Freddy Frostbear, our original little guy from FNAF 1. Well, there's not much to say about him other than the fact that he is absolute perfection to me. Like, he is just simultaneously cute, iconic, he just has everything that he needs to. Like, just look at that top hat, look at that bow, he's just a brown bear, and I don't know why, I was always like, what a sweetheart. And in FNAF 1, he was always sort of a mystery to me. I was like, wow, why are you not, like, out? It felt almost like Bonnie and Chica were the main characters, and Foxy too. But then, of course, Freddy is actually the main guy, or the main mascot. At least that's what all we knew in FNAF 1. To me, Freddy Frostbear, the original one, just has a warm place in my heart. Lots of good memes with them, and I just absolutely adore him. Most people have seen him before, so I feel like he has sort of this iconicity in that regard as well. Just, I really gotta love him. I gotta give, and it's a rating out of 10, y'all. I gotta give that Freddy a 8 out of 10, because we love him, we know him, and I really wouldn't change anything about him for the world. Then there is Golden Freddy, the ghostly yellow variant of Freddy. Golden Freddy has always been absolutely epic to me because he was also one of the ones that truly made the lore a thing to me. Like, we were super duper intrigued to know everything about Golden Freddy and what he had to offer and what he even meant or was. And once we found out throughout the years, I suppose, it was just so cool, and Golden Freddy is such a freaking staple in both FNAF 1 and 2, absolutely. I will almost never ever put any other type of Freddy above Golden Freddy because he is just so awesome, and it goes without saying that in the movie, in my opinion, he is also really cool. It's just every iteration of Golden Freddy, I am always excited to see him, and I always think that he's absolutely amazing. However, I do not know if I can give him a 10 out of 10, but I do freaking love his design, like him just sitting like slouched down, and I love all the memes of people being like, stop sitting like that, like what? And then they sit like Golden Freddy, like you're scaring the children type stuff. It's really funny to me. But with all the wires and like, why is he golden? Like, there's just been so much mystery about Golden Freddy throughout the years that I have enjoyed a lot. But with that being said, I will rank Golden Freddy a 9 out of 10 on the Freddy scale, because wow, what a freaking stable, cool Freddy. And then there's Withered Freddy from one of my favorite games also, FNAF 2 of course. Withered Freddy is a damaged version of a Freddy that looks very jarring to me. I always wonder when I see any of the Withereds really, like what they looked like before they looked like that, because there is no way that they didn't look inherently creepy AF like the entire time, because this, I don't know. I do enjoy his like big ass teeth though, and the eyes that just stare at you, and the way that he sort of grabs or tries to like grab you, or seemingly tries to like reach out for you, I really do enjoy. I think he's really cool, and he does give the spooks. Not one of my favorite Withereds though, but I will give Withered Freddy I'm gonna give him like a 6 out of 10 because he is cool, but he is definitely not one of the Withereds that I remember that well, and definitely not a Freddy where I would be like, wow, gotta have this one in my roster. I don't even know what that means, but let's just swiftly move on to Toy Freddy. Toy Freddy is of course the shiny, redesigned version of Freddy, and I absolutely love the goofy personality that Toy Freddy has been given somehow. Like him gaming an Ultimate Custom Night and being like, I wouldn't have died if it weren't for my fat plastic fingers, or something like that. Like, it's just hilarious, and it honestly fits him very well. Also very much enjoyed his presence in the movie, because it's like, why was the joke just constantly that he was like plump The thing is, I feel like we always talked about the fact that Toy Freddy was plump and then we just ran with it, and I love it. He is extremely cute and just a very welcomed Freddy, in my opinion. Polished, dare I say. Perhaps what Freddy should have been. Like the cutesy version, eh? With a little bit of makeup on. Like, look at that blush. But anyway, I will give Toy Freddy like a 7 out of 10. He is very, very solid, and I do enjoy him. Let's not get it twisted. Next up is Phantom Freddy, which is the burnt hallucinatory version of Freddy that appears in FNAF 3. Now, I might piss some of y'all off, but I really am not the biggest Phantom fan, so therefore I am also not really gonna say much about Phantom Freddy. However, actually, I will say that he might be my favorite Phantom though, because the way he's like slouched over with his sort of hunchback and he just like dips down under the window and then jump scares you. Ew, it looks so creepy. I always loved that so much, and it scared the crap out of me as well. So honestly, Phantom Freddy does get some points because of that, but he is not particularly memorable other than that, and the Phantoms are just a little bit whatever in FNAF 3 in my opinion. Like I could do without them for sure, but I would say Phantom Freddy sits at a whopping, not so whopping 4 out of 10 for me. Like, he's fine, but no. He does not make the top 10. Sorry. Next up, however, someone who I definitely enjoy, which is Nightmare Freddy. Nightmare Freddy is the monstrous version of Freddy, and he is accompanied by Freddles. And yes, I will also count in the Freddles because that is such a vital and important part of Nightmare Freddy that how could I not factor them in? They are literally almost everything that he is. So what the hell? It's like not counting Bonbon when talking about Funtime Freddy. Of course Bonbon's there. But I love Nightmare Freddy. I love his meme. I have a little short on the channel where I like kind of giggle about that meme. And I just, yeah, no, he's great and he looks spooky. I don't think he is the spookiest Nightmare, but he is absolutely well done. And I do enjoy that version of Freddy a lot. But especially the Freddles though, like I'm not gonna lie, that is definitely what takes it like a step further in my mind. And so Nightmare Freddy definitely gets like a 8 out of 10 because he is quite memorable with his Freddles and kind of his weird design. Like he has this sort of scrunched mouth. I don't really even know how to explain it. Like his nose is sort of wide and stuff, which I guess it usually is, but it looks more plump in a way. I don't know. Just enjoy him. He'll get an 8 out of 10 for sure. And next is my love. My tried and true Funtime Freddy. He is a white and purple animatronic with Bonbon, seen in Sister Location for the first time anyway. Now, I will not get into Funtime Freddy because I have a whole video on this channel where I talk about why Funtime Freddy is my favorite, and I urge you to go watch that if you really want to hear what I think and thought and whatnot. So therefore, I will just give Funtime Freddy a cheeky 10 out of 10 and then deal with it. Do you know what I mean? Just deal with it. And then we'll move on to Rockstar Freddy. Rockstar Freddy is a coin-operated, star-holding version of Freddy. He is seen in Pizzeria Simulator, and I freaking love Pizzeria Simulator. I'm also very biased just in general. I love all of the Rockstars, and particularly Rockstar Freddy, actually. And Rockstar Foxy. But we're not talking about Foxy right now, are we now? I even have like a bigger plush of Rockstar Freddy because I just absolutely love his purple / pinkish accents. The plushie is definitely more purple than it is pink, but it's just so cute. I love the design and I wish that they were utilized more because, wow, can I go on a whim and say that other than the Funtimes, it might be sort of my favorite Freddy design. So wow, there you go. Spoiler alert, I suppose, because wow. But with that, I will honestly, don't fight me, but I feel like I'll give Rockstar Freddy a 9 because I also really enjoy his please deposit 5 coins. Like, you are trying to trick Freddy. Like, wait. Wait. Like, it's sort of spooky and annoying annoying, but I love it. I don't know. But I definitely like him a lot. He gets the 9. I stand by that. Maybe it's crazy. Maybe I'm a little bit too much with that, but let's go. Next is Molten Freddy. Pretty much just a tangled mess of wires. And you might say, well, Rebecca, is that really a Freddy? And yes, it is. Yes, it is. It is to me. You're trying to trick Freddy, like I just said. And he's also a Pizzeria Simulator, of course. And he is just so freaking epic. He is scary. He looks cool. I just absolutely, yes. I love everything about him. The design is so like crackly. Like the fact that he's almost just a face. And those like orange accents and stuff. It's just so freaking good. I don't even know. His eyes look awesome. Like just everything about it is just, I love the salvage minigame. This Molten Freddy really does Freddy justice and really does put him as like a main character type of thing on the map again, in my opinion. Because it's like, wow, you definitely remember him from Pizzeria Simulator. He looks spooky, you know? I'll honestly give Molten Freddy a 10 out of 10 because I think he works in various ways. Like, I think he's both scary but also profound. Like, I don't know, it's just, I love it. So he gets a 10 out of 10 from me. Next up is this cutie, Glamrock Freddy. Glamrock Freddy is the main ally slash animatronic in Security Breach, and wow, what a different look to our guy Freddy, huh? But also a different look to almost every other animatronic as well. I feel like the most closely they resemble is maybe the Rockstars, but I suppose that's also why they are Glamrock. And I really do love him. I think he's so cute, and I so appreciate the way that that wave of games actually made a lot of fans flock to the Five Nights at Freddy's fandom, because I've seen so many freaking cosplays, but the colors are also really good. Like the blue and orange just has this cool stark contrast that I absolutely enjoy, and there's just something super warm and kind about the fact that, well, Freddy certainly was not your friend before. It is very welcomed that his only wish is now to help you. So I gotta adore Glamrock Freddy. Also very memeable. I think he's a sweetheart and just cute. And so I'll actually give Glamrock Freddy like a 9 out of 10 as well, because he is cute. He's definitely very much his own. He doesn't really remind me of any of the other Freddys. That's also why I really like him. So I can't like be particularly mad at that. Next up we have this sort of random thing where we have Dreadbear, the Halloween themed Frankenstein-like bear from Help Wanted. Yes, we are going that far. And I honestly love it. I love everything gothic. I think they did great. Sure, it's like the modern iteration where he's like sort of green and stuff, but for what he is, I absolutely think that he's great and he does the job just perfectly fine. But I mean, he's not like a particular character, so I guess I'll give Dreadbear like a 5 out of 10. I still do love him though, I must say. I think he's fun. He's not one that I would mention in like a top 5 or anything like that though, so I suppose that like he doesn't really count, but I felt like including him, so there you go. Now I know there'll probably be a little bit of debate as to what I'm doing here, but I also kind of want to address other variants and like specific versions of Freddy, and so I will start off with Shadow Freddy, this sort of dark purple black version of Freddy. I was always like, what in the F is Shadow Freddy? And honestly, I kind of want to do a separate video on that because I find Shadow Freddy and also Shadow Bonnie, already made a video on Shadow Bonnie though, to be very intriguing, and very early lore is always something that I find to be intriguing and I want to talk about it, so yeah. But Shadow Freddy was always something that really made me want to think about the lore and have discussions online about it and with my friends and whatnot. So Shadow Freddy does kind of hold a special place in my heart. However, I don't feel like I can give him anything higher than like a 7. So he gets a 7. However, I don't know if I can say that about the next guy, which to me is Fredbear. Fredbear is the original golden counterpart to Spring Bonnie. Fredbear was of course not something that we saw before later in the games and actually put 2 and 2 together about who/what he was, but he is just so freaking iconic within the franchise. Like, didn't he do the bite with the crying child, or am I wrong or what? Like, Fredbear is responsible responsible for the bite of 83, so that alone just wow. You gotta mention him and you gotta admit he's pretty cool. He also wears a purple hat, which like, I wonder if Rockstar Freddy's design was at all like to be reminiscent of that or something. I don't know. I mean, I would hope not, because that's not very kind to reminisce on. However, I will give Fredbear a 9 out of 10, honestly, because he is that cool and he is that like fundamentally important to the story that he definitely has to be ranked that high to me. Next up is then in the same vein, Nightmare Fredbear. This sort of monstrous teeth-filled version from Five Nights at Freddy's 4, who, yeah, is very much creepy. He's looking very much creepy. And I was extremely confused the first time I played FNAF 4 because I was like, what is that? Like, who is that? What is that? But as soon as I learned the origin stories of all of it, girl, it was over. I thought it was so freaking cool, and I always enjoyed the Nightmare's designs with the teeth. And to me, they're honestly very vibrant, even though they have these very like deteriorated looks to them at the same time. They are totally what a child would like manifest as your absolute nightmare. So for that, I think I have to give Nightmare Fredbear like a 9 as well, because he's cool and fundamentally important still. And it really got me thinking about lore as well. And I am biased towards that, so there you go. Next up might be like a pretty random one, and I don't know, maybe you could argue whether or not he's actually a Freddy, but Helpy is on here. The small, friendly, white and purple bear that we all love. Or at least I hope so. Do you love Helpy? I sure do. I think that Helpy is beyond adorable, and I love that we have a little mascot. Just one of the many reasons why I find Pizzeria Simulator to be as great as it is. Inexplicably so, like I just love Helpy. All of his mini games where you play with him and he like cracks his back and stuff. It's quite unfortunate, like I must say. Like Helpy, you should sue the company, but neither here nor there. I just think that he's super duper cute and I wish he was utilized more. Once again, I might also be biased though, because he is technically to me just sort of a small Funtime Freddy. But for that, I honestly, you guys, I have to give him a 10 out of 10 too. Helpy is one of the ones I always think of. And I also think he's really funny with, I don't know if you guys know Dawko, you probably do. Him and his buff Helpy memes and stuff. I just always enjoyed those silly little things. So yeah, no, I stand by my Helpy is a 10 out of 10. And I don't care if you think differently. Argue with the wall or whatever. Next up is Lefty, and I don't know that I actually think that Lefty is a Freddy sort of version, but let's just say that he is, because he is a bear, right? Spoiler alert, I have not included Dreadbear in this, so perhaps Lefty shouldn't count. I also just made a video about the lore of Lefty, so you can perhaps hear more what I think a little bit about Lefty in that, although it is more lore focused, of course. But I love Lefty. I think he's awesome. Like, what a cool pawn for what he's actually supposed to do, which is capture the puppet. I have to give Lefty a 10 out of 10, even though he is, I guess, technically not a Freddy. So perhaps that's a bit blasphemic, but I don't care. That's what we're going with. And next up is Yendo. Yendo, I was always like, wait. Like, wait, even are you? And I am not even so certain that Yendo is actually canon, but he is in sister location, and he is an endoskeleton variant of my guy, Funtime Freddy. So I should really like him, but I always found Yendo to be like, meh, I don't Yendo buy. Like, I don't care about no Yendo, although his name is fun. But you know what? I have to give Yendo like a 3 out of 10 because I forgot that you existed. Like, I didn't even know that you were a thing. But anyway, sorry, Yendo stans. I am genuinely not trying to offend you. And it does feel weird because, like, listen, babes, that's your man's innards. Innard, get it? Anyway, I have to move swiftly on. So let's move swiftly on to Twisted Freddy. And you might be like, what the hell is a Twisted Freddy? And then I will tell you, it's this organic looking monstrous version of Freddy from the books. The Twisted ones, I'm pretty sure they're called. And I find this Freddy to look absolutely disgusting. Like, what do you, I don't look at just, oh, that's not, I'm gonna give this like a 2 out of 10. I think he's gross. Y'all, I gotta move on. Next up, I kind of felt like including Freddy Frostbear. That's like this ice-themed version from AR Special Delivery. Even though there are so many Freddys, like he is far from the only one, but he kind of got his flowers. I don't know, people seem to really like him. And I mean, I like anything ice-themed. I don't know, anything with like elements and stuff like that. So I find him to be absolutely fun. I myself have not really played a lot of AR, but I still find him to be quite cute, like a little festive. I don't know, just a bit of fun. But I guess I'll only give him like 5 out of 10 because I mean, he's not like, I mean, sure, he's real because he exists, but I don't know. We'll move on. And last but maybe least, I'm not so sure, we have prototype Glamrock Freddy, which is this sort of ruined version that is also found in Security Breach Ruin though, which very much rings true because, buddy, where did your head go? Where did your everything go? I'm scared. I gotta go. I kind of do like the fact that he does not have a head though, because honestly, Freddy's head is one of the things that of course makes him cute with his little earring and things. So like, yeah, no, it's definitely jarring and you're like, where's the Freddy I know and love at? He's gone. Okay, got it. But I still gotta give him like I'll give him like a 6 out of 10. I think he's relatively cool, like honestly. I feel like I don't know enough about Ruin. I should probably also look a little bit more into that. But he's cool, he'll get the rating I gave it. But you know what? With that being said, you guys, thank you for coming along with me on this Freddy memory lane, if you will. Let me know if I missed a Freddy. That's like super obvious. I would be kind of pissed at myself if I did so. And let me know which Freddy is your favorite. Like I said, my favorite is definitely Funtime Freddy, so yeah. But with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you so much to all my new subscribers. I am so happy to have you guys having fun here with me, talking about FNAF and all kinds of good stuff. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will hopefully see you guys in the next video. Goodbye, y'all!